Excuse me, I'm walking a tightrope. The slightest breeze goes. I could be off on some other stories. Sounds like you might have heard this before. I know I have. You know this too, Chris? I didn't think so. I don't know it either. Don't worry about it. We're not actually going to do the song. We're just going to play it here for a while. Because for me, it's sort of like a Groundhog Day movie. It's like, imagine going through your whole entire life every night seeing the same half hour go by. That's why we put it on records. I remember one time I was down in Australia. I was with Abe. We were playing some songs, and I hadn't been there in a long, long time. And you know how it is sometimes when, I didn't mean to stop, but you know how it is. You haven't seen, it's like a lost relative. You haven't seen them for like 20, 30, 40 years, so whatever it is. You pick up the conversation from where you left off. I hadn't been to Australia since like 1979 or something like that. And so they had come to the show to hear where we had left off. In those days, I knew Alice, and I was doing it. And so I come back in like 1990 something, whatever it was. And they're saying, Alice's Restaurant, Alice's Restaurant. And I thought, oh man, is that me? Is that the president calling me again? I'll get to him in a minute, but where was I? You see what I'm saying? That's the problem I'm having. It's sort of like I'm feeling now for free, like I used to have to pay for it. Forgot where the story was going, but I'll get to it another time. Oh man. By the way, the show's over. We're just goofing off now. Just thought I'd mention it. In case you have to get back for something good. I'm just going to tune here for a while. I remember one time I was playing with Pete Seeger. It was at Carnegie Hall, New York City. And he had that big banjo. And he couldn't get it in tune that night. Some nights it's easy. Some nights you don't know what it is. You know, sunspots, solar flares, who knows? And so he's trying to tune. People were not as nice to him that night as you have been to me tonight. They figured, hey, we're just Carnegie Hall. The idiot ought to be in tune or something, whatever. So they were getting grumbly out there, like that. Pete eventually looks up and says, well, I wonder why you never see Segovia tune. Just folk singers seem to tune all the time. He went back to tuning. And after a while, he looked up and said, we care. I thought that was good. Don't mistake me for Pete that way, by the way. Let me sing you a little song here, maybe call it a night. This is a little peace song my dad wrote the lyrics to. I put some music to it myself, some years ago. Been singing it almost every night of my life because I love it. Just a beautiful little song. It's only got 2 verses.